Hi, my name is Van West, and I am going to share some of my information that I have worked on with the Rules, Guidelines, and Procedures assignment for the last 2 weeks. I'm going to start with two of the classroom rules that I am choosing to have in my classroom. The first one is no cell phones, and I put on my classroom rules that I have a zero tolerance policy for this. I feel really strongly about not having cell phones in the classroom. I think that they're a really big distraction for students and teachers, and I think that focus should be on instruction time, teaching, and student work. I was actually browsing on Amazon, and I saw a little organizer for it's a 30 pocket organizer for cell phones in the classroom, and I think that using this in conjunction, with classroom rules about having no cell phones might be the right way to go, so that you can collect them upon students entering the classroom. And if you do have an activity where maybe it requires research online, then you can disperse the cell phones to their owners in the class and let them use them that way. That way you have control over what the kids are doing, and making sure that they're not using their cell phones when they're not supposed to be. So my next rule is sharpen pencils and throw away paper during non-instructional time. I think that this also will help with reducing distractions. I think that balling up paper during teaching is very loud and distracting to me. I know that it was for me when I was in school, and I think that other students will feel the same. So minimizing noise and students walking around is going to help overall concentration of everyone during class time. So waiting until class is over or in between instruction will definitely help with this. So I have made a student contact sheet to obtain information about my new students, and I put the contact information, I'm requesting it on my sheet for both parents, and I put parent and guardian 1 and parent and guardian 2 because if you put mother and father, I feel that you're assuming something about the household, and households are very diverse now. Maybe there's 2 mothers, maybe there's 2 fathers, maybe there's a single mom, who knows. So I want there to be the option to get to know both parents, and I think it's important to stay in communication with everyone that the student is with and is living with. I think this would help the education and success of the student, and the parents can help a lot by contributing. I've also made sure to put emergency contact information on my student sheet, as well as backup emergency contact. I know that's a little overboard, but you never know what will happen and who's going to be available and when, so you can never be too safe. So I've also chosen to put student allergies on my sheet. Students bring snacks and drinks and whatever to class, and knowing what everyone is allergic to is a big help. If there's a medical emergency, you can find out things a lot quicker and give information to medical workers or administration. Okay. Starting and ending class periods. In the reading, I read about illustrations and using illustrations during during making your procedures. And one of the things that I may choose to do is use these illustrations during the last 5 minutes of class to focus students so that they're not getting rowdy or chaotic. You could use illustrations to assign students to do something proactive or productive during these last few minutes of class to keep everyone kind of gathered and centered. What I chose to write about was arranging desks and putting furniture back, materials back, and the students concentrating on getting everything tidied up before they are dismissed for class. I also chose to put in there that the bell does not dismiss the students, that the teacher dismisses the students. I know that this was a big thing whenever I was in school, and whenever the bell rang, we weren't allowed to just run out of the room. If we had been talking, we had to stay and wait until the teacher dismissed us. So I think that's really important as well, to keep students focused until, they're dismissed. So transitions to lab lunch and interruptions. Transitions during lab. I think that you can do this very well by coming up with procedures for, you can go over these procedures at the beginning of the semester, and you can have them sign off on procedures, safe procedures. Also, this will keep students organized and going about their business appropriately. It will make students get to their stations safely, quietly, and it will minimize interruptions. Sorry, guys. Another classroom rule that I have chosen is to raise your hand before speaking. I think this is pretty much in every classroom, but I think it's a very important classroom rule. I think that speaking out of turn is very distracting, and for teachers and students. I think that having to raise your hand before speaking and have the teacher recognize that student before answering a question or participating in an activity or whatever you're doing during that time is very important, and it helps to keep the classroom organized and flowing at a good pace, and it just keeps the overall stress of the classroom to a minimum. So I think that's about it for my presentation. Thanks for bearing with me. I'm not very good at making videos and talking in front of other people, so I apologize for the brokenness of my speech. Thanks a lot, you guys, and I look forward to seeing everyone else's videos, and good luck. Thanks. Bye-bye.